I grew up getting sick a lot since I was like 3 or something, and my dad took me to a hospital almost every every month when I get sick a lot more. It's like every week, and at this point, when I was about 12 years old, um, I got sick really bad. It was asthma, so I couldn't breathe. I was like, and my dad took me to the hospital, and after they treat me with the breathing thing, so I feel better. And we it was at the night, so we couldn't see the doctor, the real doctor. But the next day when we go back to the see the doctor, and he after he examined me, with the dots on my arms, test my allergy and everything, he was like, congratulations, you're almost allergic to everything you love, all those food and stuff. Like I was found out allergic to shrimp, crab, ice cream, like honey, and all these kind of things, like some grass and flour. I can't. It's like the pollen in the flour, and then the dust. I couldn't, like, when I was younger. When I cleaned the house and everything, it gets dusty. I just start to sneeze and everything. I couldn't stand. So after the diagnostic, obviously, the treatment was like, all Western by that time, because that was the one of the best children hospital in my hometown. So the doctor offered a very Western treatment. It was like, oh, here's what you go through. You take this fucking ibuprofen every day for your entire life, and it's gonna cost you how much? How much? Basically, it's a health insurance issue. It might not cost a lot here in America. However, there are side effects. So after we get back home, we didn't take the treatment because one, we were broke when I was about that age in my family. It was not doing well at the time. And second, it's the side effects. And my dad was like, well, part of the reason, obviously, we couldn't afford it. Second is, my dad was like, fuck this shit. If my kid is going to grow up with all these side effects, he's not going to be, you know, he's there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna hold him back. Like, and I feel that way, the same way right now. Like, look at the people who's like, I have friends that like taking ibuprofen through their thighs every once in a while. I was like, that's that doesn't feel good. I don't like needles as well. So um, anyway, after we got home, basically, my dad started to. He was like, because he was to be an herbalist, to like during like cultural revolution, where they went to the farm in China, like had to couldn't do business, had everybody has to farming, live by farming, and then share everything evenly. Well, my dad was the one who who's short, and then uh like not very strong, but he has the knowledge of the herbs, so he just prescribe those Chinese medicine and the herbs to those farmers, and so that he won't have to do the labors, like, because we didn't have the machinery or whatever to do the farming back then during Cultural Revolution. So he became a local doctor, doctor. But he was able to accumulate all these knowledges about herbs. So he treated me with all these different herbs and the different Chinese medicines when I was a kid, very young. When I was very young, like, from simple diseases to all those serious allergies, and um, like, now, even nowadays, like, I'm not allergic to most of the stuff I used to allergic to. However, I still allergic to one or two. But with the knowledge I have that my dad passed on to me, I'm always be able to, fix the syndrome without going to the hospital, which saves a lot of bill. Like I go to the dentist every 3 months, and maybe get sick for like a fever or like a cold or something every 6 months or something, and I treat them with those knowledges with my with Chinese medicine, herbs and everything. So it's very important for you to have those knowledges because one, there's no side effects, and two, it's gonna if you use it right, it could boost your immune system, your limbic system, and your organs to improve your health. So once you fix your sickness with those herbs, you will be able to improve your health because herbs are medicines for all Chinese for over 2,000 years. So here's my homework for you. Okay, find a book about Chinese medicine or herbs. Um, find one recipe. Find the easiest recipe with your daily supplies in your kitchen or something you can find in Walmart and try it out. Okay, it I would say it literally saved my family because like back when I was like 10 to 12, like my family was so broke that we went like we we lived in a house that's like in a like those like those houses in New York that's like super narrow, and then like every apartment is like super small, and our home was like that except the the floors were rotting and we couldn't afford to fix it, and the ceiling leaks, and the water leaks down to the corner of the house, and we couldn't fix it. We just have to let it rot. And then when I was a kid, I didn't know. Like I just know like when it rains, it's very cold during the night. So my dad would put on extra cotton comforters on my bed. But I would play with the knife because the wall was peeling off because the with the density and everything the this I would play with it. I watched these Chinese series that teach you to do like like ninja darts or whatever, and then I would use those small knives to train myself to become a ninja. I was like, oh shoot, shoot, oh, I'm peeling through the wall. It was the wall actually was so it got so much water intensity in it. It was peeling off. Um, but anyway, it like with if let's say if I go back to when I was 12 and we took the treatment with the Western medicine, it would ruin my whole family, and my dad know that. Plus all those side effects, which I couldn't afford now these days. Like I would be in a miserable situation. I may be obese due to the side effects of antibiotics, and I might not even be able to travel by myself. I will be you know in a miserable situation. And here's my message to you: with the knowledge I have about Chinese medicine and herbs, you will be able to know what you need and how to use it in an affordable way as well as an effective way. Because literally, what is herb? If you say it in a raw way, it's grass, right? It's trees. It's plants, it's bushes, right? Can you see those stuff everywhere? Of course, right? As long as there's nature, you can find those stuffs. And there are books, there are videos, there are hospitals with Chinese medicine hospitals that people dedicate their whole career to find out which herbs are gonna help with your symptoms, which combinations of herbs that's gonna fix the syndromes, right? Well, obviously, if you have a heart attack, you can go to a hospital. You don't just say, "Hey, I'm gonna find some herbs," because there are awful situations in China. It was like this people they have like kidney failure, which they need to do they need to wash their kidney basically with the Western methods. They need to draw their blood out and everything. Don't don't try to find a Chinese medicine if it's a like urgent situation, like that's gonna kill you. But if it's something like you're having a cold, or let's say you can't sleep, uh, or you have a like you feel like you couldn't eat, or you feel like out of appetite with something that's important but not urgent. Okay, if it's critical and urgent, go to the fucking hospital. Okay, don't hesitate. However, if it's something that's non-critical but it's gonna affect you in a long-term way and it is important, and it's gonna cost you if you go with Western methods, definitely look into it with the Chinese herbal methods, because that's what I do. That's what my dad do. I had an allergy. It's not gonna affect me. It was not gonna affect me right away, but it's a constant pain. As long as you touch the fucking crab, as long as you touch the ice cream, which I love, and now I can eat it like anytime you want, because I know what precautions should I take, and if something go wrong, what herbs should I take to prevent it from happening. Therefore, well, up till this day, if I don't know how to fix my symptom, my sickness, or I have something that I can't fix and I don't want to go to the hospital, I ask my dad, because he has the most knowledge. He reads more herbal books than I do. So here's my message for you as well. Find a mentor. Of course, you can find my dad because he doesn't speak English. However, I can teach you what I know about it. Okay? So definitely check out what I have to offer you. And if you have any questions, do leave a comment. And if you don't like, let's say you feel confused about my content or what I said in this video, or information in my book, definitely message me or leave a comment, and I will reply you as soon as possible. Okay? Thank you.